You think you're just tired. Maybe you've been calling it aging. Maybe it's just what Gen X caregivers feel at this stage of life. Yeah, you tell yourself that. Because the real question would require you to stop pretending that you're okay. I'm Nicole, a Gen X nurse, and the psychology of Gen X is something I've been looking at for the last 30 years. Picture this. You're driving home from the grocery store. Same route you've taken hundreds of times. Same road, same turns, and halfway through, you realize you have no memory of the last 20 minutes. You made the turns. You stopped at the lights. You hope you stopped at the lights. You didn't even sing along to I Want to Dance with Somebody with Whitney. And you know every word. Don't lie. And when you get home, you realize you don't really remember the ride at all. And that's the moment. It's not dramatic. It's not cinematic. Just gone. And if you're caring for your aging parents, that moment in the car, that's not tired. That's not age. It has a name. And underneath the name, there's a question floating around that a lot of Gen Xers haven't been asking, but they're still carrying it. Am I still even in there? Am I still someone outside of caregiving? Because some days it doesn't feel like it. So the question's not, are you tired? Not, are you stressed? But are you still there? And the reason people don't ask this out loud is because they're not sure of the answer anymore. But us Gen X caregivers, we know this sensation by its street name. Numbness. And it's not always the Pink Floyd kind. And for a lot of Gen X, especially the ones who are caring for their aging parents, numbness is the only thing that keeps them going. It's the only thing that can get them through the day. And this is why it's important to Gen X. Latchkey Generation. You know the drill. Raised to stay useful. Stay quiet. Keep moving and doing. That's part of our Gen X survival skill kit. Along with our decoder ring, knowing how to navigate without a map, and how to entertain ourselves for 8 hours with just a rock and our imaginations. So for us, when life gets hard, we don't collapse. We shut down. We get efficient. We get practical. We turn into the zombie-like version of ourselves. A person who can handle medications, answer 3 texts all at once, do the grocery run, and still look like we're present in the room and functioning. But on the inside, something's gone offline. In our childhood, the safest move was not to feel more, but to feel less and do more. And that made us capable, but it also made us susceptible. So when the demands of caregiving pile itself on top of that survival skill training we had, your nervous system does exactly what it was trained to do. It conserves. It disconnects. It initiates zombie mode. And when you're not looking, here's what numbness steals from you. First, it takes your feelings. Then, it comes back for your sense of self. Oh, we got to get the joy. Let's take the joy. And here's the real kicker. Not only does it take your joy, it also takes your ability to notice when the joy is gone. And one day, you find yourself waking up and you realize you haven't felt real happiness since the Clinton administration. And here's what's really unsettling. That little alarm that we used to have in our head that said, hey, yo, wait, danger, danger, this is too much. Numbness takes that too. And once that alarm's gone, it's actually quite frightening how long you can function and still be moving deeper into the darkness of numbness. Now here's something else a lot of caregivers are hesitant to talk about. One day, the caregiving is going to end. And eventually, you know. And if you've been running on shutdown mode until that moment, you're going to come up for air into a grief that you never processed along the way. That's a process nobody talks about. And still, from the outside, you look like the strong one. You look like the dependable one. The one who gets it handled. even if it's with duct tape and sarcasm. People say, I don't know how you do it. You are a saint. And that's because they don't see the burnout that you rebranded as competence. And as if we didn't have enough going on, then shame decides to show up. Not because you're numb, but because you're so good at hiding the numbness. And everyone assumes you're fine. And you're too ashamed to ask for help, to let them know that you're not as strong as they think. You're out there in the world projecting competence, while on the inside, your sense of self has crawled into the back seat and is not making eye contact with anyone. So let's be clear about what this numbness and shame mean. Numbness doesn't mean you're cold. It doesn't mean you're a bad caregiver. Shame and numbness do not mean that you're emotionally defective. It means your body found a way to survive too much for too long with too little support. And let me make this point clear. Functioning while numb is not the same as actually being okay. Those are not the same thing. You're not broken. You're a Gen X caregiver who's running the same program you were given when you were 10 years old. And it doesn't fit for caregiving. In a minute, I'm going to give you a 30-second reset for this. And before you close this tab, no yoga, no candles, I promise. We always do the Gen X version around here. Don't think wellness, think circuit breaker. It's called temperature shock, not electric shock, no Nurse Ratched vibes. Do one of these two things for 30 seconds. Either splash cold water on your face or put an ice cube in the palm of your hand for 30 seconds. Now, neither one of these are going to solve everything, but what it does is it breaks the zombie loop. It forces your nervous system's attention from the numbness over to, whoa, something's happening over here. We gotta go pay attention over here now. What is this? This doesn't feel right. It's quick, it's easy, it's effective. Like I said, it's not a cure, and it's definitely not foo-foo. It interrupts the zombie circuit. So you might come in here thinking you were just tired, but now you're leaving knowing that what you were calling tired might actually just be your nervous system doing the only thing it knows to do when you've been carrying too much. And now that it has a name, you can treat it like a real thing. Not tired, not aging, not fine. It's those darling latchkey kids who learn to shut down instead of learning to ask for help. You're not alone in this. If this felt familiar, drop numb in the comments. I'm Nicole, and you're in the right place.